let's get to it, fellas. So, body game. Why guys who are lean, why they still fail with women? All right. Just because you're lean, just because you're in shape, don't mean you're on body game. Just because you have muscles, don't mean you're on body game. Body game is a whole different entity. Okay. So, body game is obviously you in great shape already. You're jacked, you're shredded, you're some type of lean, but you have the awareness to use your body and your knowledge to your advantage. There's a lot of guys who are lean, who are jacked, who are in shape, who are still simps, who are still dweebs, who still, let their mindset take a hold of them. That's the truth. And those guys are not on body game because they haven't learned anything. They haven't implemented anything inside of their life that they have been using to level up their body. All right, getting to 15% body fat is nothing as long as you use it. If you bench press 250, it's not going to help you out in the real world unless you use it. And how are you going to use it? How are you going to use being jacked? How are you going to use being shredded for you to make more money? Find a girl who really loves you. You know, that's what we're talking about today. Okay, so obviously dating. Okay, dating. There's so many guys who are lean, who are in good shape, and they still act like dweebs. They still act like simps. They still have emotional inability to control themselves. Like I can tell you guys a story about me. Like it was a time when my emotional regulation wasn't good, and I still had low confidence, even though I was lean. Like I think a year and a half, me working out in the gym, I still didn't have the craziest confidence when it comes to women. I still had trouble pretty much really getting the baddest of the baddest. And after that time, I was like 24, 25 at the time when I really locked in the gym. And I still had trouble literally looking women in the eyes, even though I was in good shape. Why? Because I still had low confidence because I still didn't prove myself out in the real world. Yes, I got in shape. Yes, I mastered my body to a point where I'm developing some type of confidence of like in the gym. But what happens when you step outside the gym? Because your body can give you a facade of like what's really happening. Like the gym can sometimes give you a false facade. You think, oh, I look good, I'm locked in, oh, yeah, I'm untouchable. Then when you get in the real world, you feel small. You feel small. Because you haven't connected those two layers together to the point you can have confidence out in the real world. So the only thing holding you back is the internal struggle. Like your identity, you haven't believed that you are the same person inside the gym that you are outside the gym. So you got to take that same person who's inside the gym and make him be the same person you are outside the gym. That same personality you have, that same structure, that same type of mindset, that go-getter mentality, that cool, calm, collected guy who, he has masculine energy. You want to bring that same guy outside the gym. So for example, when it comes to dating, like for me, one of the problems I had was low confidence, and during the time, a lot of women would ask me, are you okay with having guys? I mean, are you okay with me having like male friends? They would ask me that, and normally like before I was aware, I was like, oh no, I'm not. I don't have a problem with that. It's fine. You can do that. It's fine. And then come to find out that fucks you in the long run, But but deep down I know I don't want nobody with male friends. But I couldn't tell her that. Why? Why couldn't I express my confidence out loud, outwardly? Well, because internally I still felt small. Internally I still felt like I wasn't good enough. Internally I still felt like I didn't deserve that, you know, back then. So you literally have to figure out, okay, what the fuck am I gonna stand for? And stand on that shit. Okay. It's the same thing with like having no patience. Like I remember I used to go on dates with women, and this is one particular time. It was a woman, and she was like brown skin. She had glasses. She had like braids. She had braids. She was cute. She was cute. And one of the things that happens majority of the time is that a woman would cancel a date on you, right? They would cancel a date, and then you'll be so thirsty to, hey, you want to set another date? You want to set another date? You want to set another date? So this after the first date went out, it was a cool date, got ice cream, that was it, right? And then I'm texting her the same night, like 2 hours later, hey, I had a great time for you, had a great time. Will you be free next weekend? Left on red. Hey, I texted her again 2 days later. Hey, did you get my message? How you doing? Hi, good morning. Did you get my message? Left on red. Like that shit would keep happening to me because I had no patience. I had no prize frame. I didn't have the prize frame. becomes low confidence. A guy who has high confidence is not going to give a fuck about texting you and seeing if you're free next weekend or doing this or that. I don't give a fuck no more. I literally don't care. Like normally when I went on dates, bro, it's like you gotta text me back first. I'm not texting you back. I'll probably say, "Oh, did you get home safe?" That's it. I'm not gonna be blowing your phone up trying to push you for another date. No, and that's what comes with that low confidence versus high confidence behavior and thinking. That's something I have tried to go out of, and it gives you it's like reps and reps and reps. And when you know you're falling short, do you know? Okay, if I'm texting girls too much, if I'm being too eager, they're gonna run away from me. Why? Because I seem like I have low confidence. So the quick fix is to fall the fuck back. Fall the fuck back and let them be interested in you more. You in shape, you're jacked. More than likely, if she go out on a date with you, you meet the minimum threshold of attraction for her. So she's gonna want to chase you. All right, keep that in mind. And it's funny because that brings me to my second story, bro. And it's like, for some reason, when I was dating in the field, like I always had like a 3 month curse. I call it a 3 month curse. Like, and it was due to my lust, due to me and my flesh. And this is when I would be with women, and we'll have like a good 3 to 4 months of dating, going out, having a good time. And then after that third month, shit would just hit the fan. Like shit would just happen. Like things would happen. Like one time, bro, I was on a date with a woman. This is like a few years ago, and I was on a date with her, and it's like the second date, and she literally seen my phone, looked at my phone. I had probably like 15 other girls, like the message thread, the iMessage thread, had like 15 other girls, just like numbers of just women, of just lined up, and it was that shit cooked me. That happened. And just being in my flesh, being in lust happens a lot. Like especially when you get in good shape. Like I said, when you get in great shape, okay, a woman has two type of attraction levels. They have an emotional attraction level and a physical attraction level. Okay, I'll book this down. So women have a physical attraction level. This is the attraction level that most women have to where they find you attractive. So remember, most if you're on dating apps, most women will not even swipe right, look at you, do nothing if you don't meet that threshold. So remember, as a guy, you know, if she doesn't respond to your message, if she doesn't swipe right, whatever happens, and you don't get the initial attraction that you want, she's not attracted to you. Okay, so if you send a girl a DM, she don't respond back in 24 hours, she's not attracted to you. It's done. It's cooked. Forget about it. Okay, so that's the physical side. So she's not going to go on a date with you, or she's not going to go outside the house with you unless she seems somewhat attracted to you. Somewhat. Sometimes she might be bored. It's very low that will happen, but she has to have some type of attraction to you to even go outside the house and get ready. Okay, that's the physical side. The emotional side is the side where she's like, okay, I'm physically attracted to you first. Now, can he be my boyfriend? Can he be my husband, or is he just a guy I can just have fun with? So this is where a woman emotional attraction level comes into play. And I like to say this: most live by this physical attraction side. So think about it. A woman will look at you and say, "Can I have sex with you first? Can I fuck on you first?" That they would think that first. If it's a yes, then we move to the emotional side. Some women get stuck here where it's just can I fuck on you, and then this is how you get women who you have sex with on a first, second, or like third date without really building any emotional connection. I think it takes about 3 months to build genuinely emotional connection. 2 to 3 months to build that connection. So, like I said, I've slept with plenty of women. Of me being in good shape, I slept with plenty of women with I didn't even have to go to this side of emotion. I just was stuck on this physical side. They wanted me for my body. They wanted me for my looks, and my looks and my body and all that was enough for me just to sleep with women most of the time. Very very few times where I will meet this threshold side, and then I will have to also meet this side as well to deal with somebody long term. Because guess what? When you deal with a woman on the emotional level side and you meet her physical level of attraction, once you have sex with them, they're gonna like the script is gonna be flipped. So let's say you're a guy right now, you struggle with dating. But you like you can have sex with any woman you want. Obviously, a woman you're in shape, so they're gonna think, okay, he's in shape, he look good, cool. So you meet that physical threshold. The reason the emotional part is falling away is because you give up sex too easy as a guy. And this is what I did in the past, bro. When I got in shape, bro, I was going crazy. I'm talking, you know my story, bro. Like 3, 4 women a week. I was literally going on dates, 2, 3, 4 women every single week. When I was like locked in and like, okay, I'm just gonna date and go crazy. That's what I was doing. Just off physical attract, just off being attractive. Now I did develop the emotional side too, but the thing is, you guys who are not having success long term, you're giving the sex up too fast. Sometimes you gotta make the woman wait. You gotta keep her in fantasy land when it comes to physicality, because all 99% of guys are gonna take this and say, yes, finally I meet the threshold. Now let's fuck. That's what guys are gonna say. So you're gonna be that 1% guy who says, yeah, I meet the threshold, but you don't meet my threshold. Many guys don't have to. Guys just have one threshold, physical. That's it. Guys don't really have an emotional threshold. So when you get in shape, it's you already know, okay, I meet the physical threshold, cool. What you gotta realize is you have to create your own emotional threshold as a man. Okay? So this will help you kind of like weed out the women who just want you for sex, the women who really want you for you. It sounds crazy, and this is something nobody talks about this. Nobody talks about the man having to have his own emotional threshold as well. So this is when you find women in your life who really like you for you and who you want to build with. All right, she likes you for your physical, so she's physically attracted to you. She's like you're like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, amazing to her, and she sees you as Prince Charming, a husband, a boyfriend. All right, that's key. You have that first. Once you have that, you have to like her physically. Obviously, you do, you're a guy, so you would like her physically. Hopefully, you can see yourself with her physically. Boom. Next is, can she be my wife? Can she be my girlfriend? Can she be my queen? All right, and that's gonna come with time. Like you're not gonna find that out on a third date. So if you're having sex with a girl before the third date or before you guys meet that emotional attraction threshold, more times than not it's gonna go downhill because she's gonna switch up on you. Like I was with a girl one time, bro, and to be blunt, we went on one date. It was like a I don't want to I say Dave and Buster's, right? It's like a little arcade, little fucking thing, arcade arena, and we went out first night. We made out. It was cool. It was vibes. The physical attraction was there. It was vibes. Boom. That's date one. All right. 2 weeks later, 2 weeks later, I didn't press her. She called me once a week, cool. I didn't press her. So 2 weeks later, went on another date and went skating. So we went on a skating rink. Went out, had a good time, cool, and we closed the deal. After that happened, bro, she literally switched up on me to the point where she was like, "Well, I'm be busy all month." So I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool." So I'm trying to, in my head, I'm like, why are you switching up? Why are you like delaying when you want to hang out with me? Before it was like, okay, every week we was hanging out. One week, next week we was hanging out. We all went 2 dates. Now it's like, okay, I'm not free this month, so I gotta see you in like a month and a half later. And I'm like, I'm not gonna. That's a long way away. I'm not tripping, but I'm like, okay, if you want to do that, it's fine. And guess what? She didn't really text me. She didn't call me. She pulled back. She pulled back totally. Pulled back totally to the point where she switched up to the point where she was just like, oh yeah, I know, but I didn't want to do that fast. And I'm like, I understand. I didn't want to either. This is before I was aware and before I was really had my idea on like, okay, not giving it up fast, right? So the point of it is women will switch up on you if you take advantage of that physical attraction first. So many of you guys are struggling because you can't build that bond and go to the emotional attraction side. Most of you guys are stuck in a physical attraction. Just being good looking. That's where you guys are stuck in. Okay? And last but not least, a lot of you guys deal with like boundarylessness. You guys have no boundaries. You guys are in shape, but you guys are still simping. You guys are still dweebs. You guys are still doing bullshit. You guys are still getting finessed. Like, you guys are still getting cooked. And it happened to me, like, bro, it happened to me too. Like, bro, trust me. You guys know the story, well, you probably don't know, but I was in college, bro. This is when I first started working out. I was in college. I wasn't even in great shape. I was in average shape, and it was a girl that I really was trying to get at. She was light skinned. She had like green eyes, like long hair. I was like, oh shit. Like she was like skinny though. She was like skinny ish. I was like, oh shit. Like she's bad. Like oh my gosh. So we be talking for like in like the school groups. So we had like psychology, no, psychology neurological class together, like neuroscience class like that together, and we would like be in groups talking about work and outside of work and other stuff. And I really thought I had a chance. I really thought I had a chance. Like it literally, she would lead me up to. I was like, oh shit, today gonna be a day. Today gonna be a day. And then one day she literally asked my number. She said, yeah, text me like the notes for the day, expletive boom. So I said, okay, cool. So I text her the notes. That was like, hey, it was like Friday night. I text her the notes. I said, hey, by the way, what you doing tonight? And then when she didn't respond, So I'm thinking, damn, I got the baddest girl I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, oh my god, I got her. We locked in. I'm gonna see if she's trying to hang out, come to my apartment, have a good time. And guess what? Red, left on red. I'm like, damn. I was like, okay, it's fine. So I mean, it wasn't fine because back then I was like, damn, I feel kind of hurt. So Tuesday came up. We had classic on Tuesday, and then I came to. I was like, hey, what's going on? I was like, yeah, did you get my text? She said, oh no, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I said, oh, okay, no problem. But inside that shit hurt. That one meme where niggas like he's like, like the crying face, like ah. That's how it was. And deep down, when he said that, I was like, yeah, because I knew exactly what that meant. It's like, come on, you seen my text, but it's okay, it's okay. So that's like me being used. That's like me being in average shape, decent shape. I was lean, and I was still being used by women. I was still being used. Like that would have been a good time for me to like go through and say some banter. Like if she said, oh wait, what's your number so you can text me the notes? I should be like, oh, you just want to get notes, or I don't know, something. I should have been like have some banter, like, oh, so you just gonna use my number for notes, like, and just have some playful banter. Like back then, I really was like I said, with the low confidence, I had no boundaries. So even just giving women your number just because is pointless. Like just giving, like the funny thing about I see guys think the number means something. The number don't mean shit. Like if you give a woman your number or she gives you her number, Instagram, that shit don't mean nothing. That's like saying hi. Like having a girl's number is just like saying hi. God forbid you have a Snapchat or Instagram, you're nowhere near even. I feel like she's not even attracted to you. I feel like she's not even attracted. If she can't give you her number out the gate, she's not attracted to. You don't meet that level of attraction. Okay, so let's say you do get the number, then what? Well, you got to do the same process. You got to build rapport. You still got to be quote unquote funny. You still got to escalate. You still got to do certain things. And back then, I didn't know how to escalate. I had no system, no structure. I was in shape, but all this shit was going around. I had no structure. I was always letting her dictate what was going on. So as a man, what do you gotta do? You gotta be funny. Take charge. My personality is more funny and witty, so I can use witty. I can use humor. I can use like dark jokes or like sexist jokes, and women will laugh. They find that funny. I can make little sexist remarks and be like, oh yeah, this is that. Like it's funny. It's fun. It's not always funny. You can't really get away with this because I'm me and you're gonna be you. So you got to use your own little sauce you got. But for me, I love making people laugh. So I can make anybody laugh just for my jokes. But I'm not like a clown, like telling hella jokes. No, I'm just being me. So you really have to be you. And with being you, you gotta have your own boundaries. So, for example, when I'm on dating apps, bro, or when I wasn't dating apps, if a woman had a kid, I already knew, okay, I can't take it serious. Like automatically, I don't care if like how bad she was. If she has a kid, I can't take it serious. If she's over like a certain age, we're probably not gonna work out. Because more than likely she has a kid. Okay? If she has a certain, this is gonna be bad, but if she has like a certain piercing or tattoos, it's a red flag. I'm pretty much gonna take it serious, and the chances of me taking it serious is less. So you have to have certain boundaries. I know for me, women who have kids, it's a pretty much deal breaker. Um, a woman who pretty much isn't a believer in God, a deal breaker. So in certain things, you got to make it like a deal breaker in your head. And like I said earlier, boy, you got to write this shit down. You got to know exactly what you're looking for and what you're not looking for. Because the closer you get to what you're looking for, you're gonna see it in the girls you're looking at, especially on dating apps. Like in person, like out and about, nobody really approaches anymore. But if a woman does approach you, or if you shoot your shot, whatever, that's more of a long term play. They can escalate real fast on a date, that's more in person shit. I'll go over that in that video. But more of just like online dating dynamics are all about looks, and then once you get in by looks, it's all emotional based. Like I said, it's all emotional based. Because once you meet the looks threshold, you have to meet the emotional threshold as well. And the fun when it gets fun is when you meet the emotional threshold, but she hasn't meet your emotional threshold yet. As a man, you have to have an emotional threshold. This is what you're forgetting. You're in shape, so you meet the physical threshold for most women. The problem is, bro, you don't have your own emotional threshold. You don't know exactly what you're looking for. You're cooked. Why? Because you never had this much attention in your life. You never had this many people, much women looking at you a day in your life. This many matches, Instagram likes, Instagram DMs, comments. You haven't had this at all. Never. Never. And you can get lost in the sauce. All this power can go straight to your fucking head if you're not careful. And this is how you make lifelong mistakes. All right. So remember, put your goals first. Put your passion first. Put action first. Put your goals and everything else on a pedestal. Don't pedestalize anybody else except for your goals, except for the reason why you do it every single day. That's the only way you're gonna get a woman to really trust you and love on you and really follow your goals and follow you as a leader. You have to pedestalize God and your goals and your purpose as it. Nothing else can be above that. That's it. Because the moment you put her above your goals and put her above your passion, and God forbid you put her above God, but if you do that, then it's gonna be flipped, and you're gonna be the one getting played again, over and over and over. All right. So if you're lean, this is the basis of the video. If you're lean, work on your internal state. Work on your emotional regulation. Work on being the prize frame. Work on having your boundaries as well. Work on you having your emotional, regulation meter to a point where, okay, she's cute, but I don't know, we don't have the same interests, or she don't really do it for me emotionally. As a guy, you should have that too. I want to be with somebody I can talk to. I want to be with somebody I can laugh with. I want to be somebody who matches my fly, who matches my vibe. This is what I like. So you gotta find that same thing for you. All right? And getting jacked or getting lean ain't gonna be enough, bro. You gotta do the inner work too. All right? Hope you guys like this video. On to the next one, man. Let's get it. Let's go.